Your senior council member, sir.
I think it's a punishment.
Well,
He does very well.
He doesn't look happy.
It's only a 1 hour sentence.
No, you're reading all of them.
You're reading all that.
You gotta do the mayor's moment, this water bill vote.
6:59.
Hi there.
Hi.
I just leave it that way in case he screws up. Everybody will think it's the mayor.
Yeah.
Call the meeting to order. First, we'll have the invocation and pledge. Giovanna will lead us with the invocation.
Dear Lord, thank you for looking over us and keeping us safe. Allow us to go through this meeting with others in mind and considerate. God, I can't talk. We appreciate everything you do for us, keep the city safe, and look over all of our citizens. Amen.
Amen.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Can I get a roll call, Giovanna?
Sure. Rose Beach? Here. Amy Long? Here. Terry Courtney?
Here.
Sherry Gaskill? Dan Martin?
Here.
Matt Brown?
Here. We have some announcements. February 19th, City Hall will be closed for President's Day. March 5th will be a caucus meeting at 6:30 at Council Chambers. March 12th, the events planning meeting and council meeting. Events planning meeting at 6:15, council meeting at 7 p.m. And can I get an approval of the agenda? Motion to approve.
Second.
Rose Beach?
Yes.
Amy Long?
Yes.
Terry Courtney?
Yes.
Dan Martin?
Yes.
Matt Brown?
Yes. And can I get approval of the minutes for January 9th?
Make a motion.
Second.
Rose Beach?
Yes.
Amy Long?
Yes.
Terry Courtney?
Yes.
Dan Martin?
Yes.
Matt Brown?
Yes. And we got a couple citizens in here.
He's absent.
Do we have any citizens' comments? Yes, ma'am.
Jane Napier, and I am Bailey James Pastry Cafe. And for the last several months, we've been harassing the number of permits. And I wanted to present the city with all the permits, health department, building. We have our new survey that proves our shed is on our property. So we wanted to present that. Hopefully this is going to be put to rest. And the harassment will stop.
I was not aware of any of this. I don't know. Anybody else
Anyone
is?
aware of any harassment?
Oh, no, Facebook.
Oh, I'm not on Facebook, so that's
Yeah.
why I don't see it.
So I want to
Who's
give you this
harassing?
paper.
Who's harassing?
Mr. Lee?
Kelly Fulton.
Oh, you're talking about, okay. I was like, where
We
is
get
he?
calls every day from our attorney because he has cameras facing his parking lot. The back of his parking lot is not fenced off, roped off, chained off. So we get accused of trespassing no matter who comes through there. A simple solution would be to block off the whole back of the parking lot.
But that's out of the city's hands, correct? That's his
That is out
property.
of the city's hands.
That's his
Correct.
property, okay.
But it's just, I usually have about 15 phone calls a day from my attorney.
Wow.
So he says he has 5 businesses paying him for parking. On Facebook, he does, his attorney. I don't know if anybody pays him. So we're just hoping this will stop. I don't know if the city can help us with anything,
I think it's truly out of our purview. Mr. Duncan would be able to.
Not only that, there's a lawsuit going on between them, and we can't interfere with that.
Exactly.
A lawsuit, what?
There's a lawsuit between the parties that she's talking about.
Absolutely.
Oh, currently.
Yeah, over these issues, so we
Understood, yeah.
can't get involved.
Right.
in it.
Right.
Yeah, there is. It's already been filed.
Pardon me?
I got counterclaim.
Yeah.
Oh, okay,
We've asked for a jury trial.
understood.
So, but this is our survey. I know there's been a lot of issues over that, so I wanted to present these. Take this paperwork.
We can
Mr.
make
Duncan?
copies of it, so we have it at City
You can
Hall.
have
if
it?
we-
I
I don't
mean-
Yeah,
know.
we can take it and make it a part of the record, but we just can't
Exactly.
discuss the merits of your lawsuit.
Exactly, and I don't want to, it's just, I wanted to state that we've been accused of not having health permits, building permits, a business permit. It's all right here. So I just wanted to make it known to the city that we're operating legally.
Thank you for that, yes, and if, to Mr. Duncan, his point, we'll take your documents. I just want to say as a citizen and as a council person, that I appreciate you, Jane, I appreciate your business. I think it's a beautiful site on Main Street, it's a beautiful building, you've done great things.
Thank you.
You've brought a lot to our community.
Thank you.
I appreciate your resilience and just who you are as a person. I know you're a hard worker.
Thank you.
But just thank you for the business that continues to thrive in our downtown area.
We love Walton,
Absolutely.
and we don't plan on leaving,
Good.
period. There's a line to get in, we have pictures. 2 Saturdays ago, there was a line down the sidewalk to get in, and a line to the bathroom to pay. So I think we are definitely an asset to Walton,
Absolutely.
and we love Walton. We're not leaving, we have no plans on leaving, and we will not be pushed out, period. So we plan on staying.
We're glad to have you.
Yes, sir.
Christine, I'm a member of First Baptist Church,
Yes, sir.
and on behalf of our congregation, our pastor, and our staff, we would like to thank you for what you do for our church.
We appreciate it.
Appreciate it.
We appreciate, so we park in the food bank's parking lot, our employees. We never park in Mr. Coleman's parking lot. We have 32 accusations, or what am I saying here, 32 trespassing violations. Right, so we appreciate you and letting us park there. We have customers that park there all the time and walk to the bakery. So, our parking problem is not a problem. I did want to ask, and I called, they say we have to have a permit for off-street parking, but there is no permit. I called the state and I called your zoning, or your,
Boone County Planning and Zoning.
yeah. So, that's the other issue that we're facing. There is no permit for on-street parking that I know of. Do any of you know anything about that?
No, Mr. Duncan, do you?
No, I just know that
That also-
the county takes care of the planning and zoning, and what she's referring to is there is a zoning requirement for off-street parking, but that's dealt with by Boone County. I don't know if there's a permit for it, or you just have to have it.
I talked to I talked to Boone County Planning and Zoning, and I called the state. There is no such permit for on-street parking. I think when they were talking about putting a steakhouse in the bank a couple of years ago, there was not enough parking to do that, because for every 2 people, you need a parking spot. So, but to park on the street, there is no permit. And because we have indoor dining, that's the issue, but so does Snappy Tomato. They have tables and chairs in there. So, I just wanna make sure we're good, and, we don't have any problems with the city.
No problems
Not
that
on
I'm
this
aware
side,
of.
no.
And again, just appreciation for what you bring to Main Street.
We brought a lot of business in. I mean,
Absolutely.
people from the art, we had people from literally all over the world. 2 weeks ago, we had people from England, and they knew us and found us, and they loved it, and they loved the city. They came up to the new consignment shop, loved it. So, I mean, you know, we're doing the best we can. And again, we will not be moved. So, agree? This is my son-in-law, and his dad. So, Bailey couldn't be here because we had a new baby.
Well, congratulations.
Congrats.
That's
Early
awesome.
boy. So,
Yeah.
Do I give these to you guys?
Please.
Yeah, if you can give them to Giovanna, she'll get copies to all of
You
us.
can have these.
Okay.
I made copies
Okay.
today. So it's time to make the donuts, so we're leaving.
Well, thank you for being here, and just thank you again for what
We
you bring to the
appreciate all you
community.
guys.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, gentlemen, for coming.
Wanna say for anything? Any questions?
So, I'm just curious, so you guys aren't aware of anything that's going on?
Well, as she's noted on Facebook, obviously, we see the banter back and forth. And I think in the early parts of just the parking lot talk, we were brought in, right? But again, to Mr. Duncan's point, it's really the city's removed from it, right? It's not for us
It's not your problem.
for us to mediate or anything. But again, just appreciative of all of our downtown businesses and what you bring. So just supporting all of our business owners.
Absolutely. We wouldn't be here if we weren't doing well, and, we would love to see more people come in. We got some great customers in here too. They just support us.
Made a difference with Pepper's Donuts, let me tell you that.
If you want something fresh, everybody's like, oh, are you scared about Dunkin'? I said,
Pepper's don't sell us now.
if you want something fresh, you come to us.
Well, yeah, I think you've built your brand there, and I don't think Dunkin's going to rival now. And Monday might get the interstate traffic that's
They
not
get
aware.
coffee.
Yeah.
A lot of coffee in their state, so. But we appreciate Walton, and we love it, and we're gonna do the best we can.
Well, the building's beautiful. I just love what you've done with it. So,
Thank you.
No, thank
We
you.
love it. Put a lot of blood, sweat, and tears in the building.
Are you guys,
Yeah, we appreciate your time.
Absolutely.
this is off topic, but are you still opening the Williamstown location?
That is, yes, yes.
Okay.
The front of the building, all the bricks started falling off.
Mm.
So they are making it a stunning looking building. It's gonna be a big surprise.
Nice.
It's gonna be gorgeous. So
Gotcha.
it'll look like it's right out home. So
Awesome.
that's what I've been told.
Okay.
So we, get that question about 50 times a day. And we did, when we were at Wolf Fest, no lie, we had about 5,000 people asking, and Bailey was at the cash register and whatever, taking money. And she finally put a sign up, we have no idea when the time was going. So, but every day we get it on Facebook. And if that doesn't tell you what people think about us, what else can we say?
Mhm.
So, but everybody, when we announced that, everybody thought we were leaving Walton.
Mhm.
And we never plan on leaving Walton, we love it.
Absolutely.
We need to add a second story, we're working on that. No.
Planning zone.
Ever seen a two-story bakery? Not yet. So. Yep, we're good.
Thank you
guys.
so much for coming. Appreciate
Appreciate
it.
you.
Come back sometime.
I will.
Okay, thank you.
There goes your audience.
I know, right?
I was thinking of food.
Are there any other
I used to go
citizen
there.
comments or that he might have comments?
I, Wayne, do you have any comments? Okay, I was just checking with you. That's fine. Major Mark?
Drive all the way up there and get
So, Duncan,
set up over there.
I'm just gonna read that then, that's all you.
I'll do it.
Thank you.
Boy, talk about setting me up to fail. You put me on the agenda after the donuts.
Yeah.
Wow. That's a tough act to follow.
Well, to Rose's point, if they'd have brought donuts, it'd have been really hard to follow.
You could have brought coffee.
Absolutely. You know how it is, cops and donuts. It's good to be here tonight. There was 1,052 law enforcement events handled by the Sheriff's Office in Kansas City in the month of January 2024. Some of those include one 911 hang-up, 40 alarm drops. We're getting recurring alarm drops from the Taco Bell on Mary Grubbs, and one of our supervisors is working with our management to remediate that. 4 attempts to locate, 7 animal complaints, only 13 auto crashes worked in the city, so that's definitely a plus. Deputies logged 31 business checks, attempted 23 civil or criminal summonses, 1 criminal mischief investigation, 5 domestics, 5 emotional crises, 2 juvenile trouble calls. We handled 9 motorist assists, responded to 2 overdoses, 8 requests for information. Deputies logged 539 spot checks, responded to 20 suspicious activity complaints, investigated 4 theft reports. They logged 53 traffic complaints, conducted 68 traffic stops, 11 vehicle complaints. We unlocked 12 cars, 1 wanted person call, and all told, deputies issued 49 citations and took 5 individuals to jail. Any questions I can handle for council or the audience here?
What kind of suspicious activities are being reported?
You know, I don't know. That's not something I generally really look at. And I apologize. Usually, you know, when stuff like thefts or criminal mischiefs, I'll actually, you know, look at the report and see what it is. But suspicious activity, I don't know off the top of my head, but I'm happy to check and shoot you an email.
Yeah, just wondering what folks are seeing or think
Sure.
they're seeing around.
Yep. I'll look into that and let you know.
Thank you.
Anything else?
Thank you,
all.
sir.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Bogan?
This High Street Bridge has been on here for a decade.
So, maybe giving updates for this one. I talked to Duke about the bridge project and their full relocation. They've got a preliminary design to raise the existing poles. They're just running past the railroad now to get their approval. Yeah, I know. I'm hoping, you know, since it's well above the track, they won't have the issues that we had with clearance and all that, but they did mention, you know, there may be some expenses with, come along with that. I told them that, you know, the city's already got a flagger lined up with Norfolk Southern when our project goes through, so if we can just, you know, combine that under ours, they don't have to, you know, get their own flagger separately, and hopefully that would streamline the process and save some money. We'll see. On our road projects for the year, Jerry and I have been talking about, you know, areas to add on that. I've got a short list put together. If you guys want to look through that and see if there's anything else. Basically, last year we paved the access drive for the pump station in Coffin Run. Jerry asked me to do the same thing with Austin Valley. Also, the T-turner at the end of Cooper Drive is undermined and is starting to fall down the slope, so we get that replaced. The rest of the road's okay, just the turnaround. Beatrice Avenue will be resurfacing, Nicholson Road, and Old Stevenson Mill at Central needs some base repairs at the stop sign, just some rutting there, stop too quick. And then resurfacing the driveway to the old second wastewater treatment plant. And depending on how this shakes out, or, you know, we've got a good balance between projects, or if it's, you know, mostly asphalt, decide if we want to break it up like we did last year. I did have a concrete contractor call me a couple weeks ago looking to see what work we had coming up. But it was just, it seems like every year there's fewer and fewer contractors that are bidding on things, so I'll do whatever I think gives the city the most amount of responses. And then also the contractor that did the sidewalk cutting project last year also checked in to see if we wanted to do any more work. So if you guys haven't seen that, we did a test project on University Drive and on Mary Grubbs by Heritage Bank and McDonald's. And what they do is they have a saw that they can use to cut down any of the heaped up panels where there's an ADA trip hazard, and it's
pretty easy process, and it's cheaper than going through and tearing it in, less impactful than tearing it out, replacing entire sections of sidewalk. So again, if you know if you're out and about and you notice any areas where there's a lot of sidewalk panels that are raised or something or whatever, let me know, and we can do another project with them. And then on our MS4 program, this time of year is when we get together all our information on last year's activities to turn into the Division of Water. Seems like the city's in pretty good shape. Last year we had more calls than ever about noticing things on construction sites. Saying, hey, there's a pipe that's clogged in front of my house. Just stuff like that, which means that at least in my mind, people are seeing the stuff that we're putting out, the stuff on the website, and are being proactive to help address that kind of stuff, which is good. We started doing staff training for stormwater related matters, and then we are, last year Cardinal was out surveying all the storm sewers around the city to build a citywide map, kind of like we have for the water and sanitary sewers. So we're making good progress. The only thing I think that Division of Water is looking for that we could probably expand is any kind of public outreach. They're looking for stuff that's the city can measure what the results are. So if that we make flyers and leave them out on the counter in City Hall, and we can count, okay, 5 people came to pick this up or whatever. That kind of stuff, so that we can come back and give them, here's how many people came to this event, here's how many people are doing this. And just a kind of a general heads up, a lot of the calls that we got last year and into this year are about construction sites, mud, gravel, debris, whatever in the roads. I've been trying to keep on the contractors and encourage them to at the end of each day sweep the streets, whatever. Of course, it didn't help with that period of rain for about 2 weeks straight, so everything was sloppy. So again, if you see something, let me know. I can give them a call. Or, John, I'll put announcements on the city website sometimes. Just whatever it takes to get the word out there. Are there any questions from council?
Just about redoing over by Kroger. We talked about that.
Yeah, sorry. No, I need to get out and measure those areas.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll be able to.
And then Los Valley Pump Station driveway, is that blacktop right now?
This is gravel.
It's gravel. So blacktop would be probably half that price, right?
Yeah, probably about 2/3.
What kind of traffic do you get down there, Jerry?
On the pump station, I remember down there the other day, down there, you get to the pump station, that's what I was asking you to play. So if you ever been out there, you drive over down on the hill.
Yeah.
Pump station. And, so that's probably good.
All right. Thanks, everyone.
Thanks, Matt.
All right, now we have ordinance 2024-01, first reading. Counselor?
All right, the title of this ordinance is an ordinance of the City of Walton, Kentucky, amending Section 91.40 of the City of Walton Code of Ordinances in order to prohibit ATVs, dirt bikes, motorcycles, and go-karts in addition to horses on sidewalks in the city, and provided for penalties and civil fines for violations. You can see there in the middle of Section 1, we currently have an ordinance that prohibits horses or ponies or other similar size, shapes, or animals on our sidewalks. It's a safety issue. Councilmember Long is proposing this ordinance to add to the prohibited means of transportation any all-terrain vehicle, side-by-side dirt or mini bike, motorcycle or go-kart or similar vehicle or conveyance device. And also currently under our ordinance, the penalty would be a citation, I assume by the sheriff, deputy to court. So what we're doing is adding this to the code enforcement procedures that we have so that we can go through the civil process of issuing warnings, citations, civil fines, and so on. So that's first reading of this ordinance.
Okay, good. So when we're, just happens to be, I've lived in Walton all my life, but I saw a horse on the sidewalk this weekend, and I thought,
Are you serious?
I'm not taken back by it. It was on 25, and I'm thinking, we're more safe to ride on 25 than on the sidewalk, you know, right? So, personally, I don't like the horse piece in there. The other thing I
That
would.
was already in there, actually.
Yeah, and it could be amended if we chose. But the other piece of it, we talk about enforcement. You've got a 10-year-old riding an ATV or a go-kart on the sidewalk. To enforce, Major Mark, I guess you would have to hold the child, fine the parents. How is that enforced?
A 10-year-old, that's kind of difficult because.
But that's what we're seeing in town, right? It's young kids that are riding these.
I was unaware that there was an issue with this.
Well, they're riding them on Plum, and there are no sidewalks, so I think that's against the law on its own.
Yes, operating an off-road vehicle on a roadway is a violation of the state statute. And as
Now, on city streets, you can do that
we
in
are
Boone County,
a
right?
County ordinance that kind of mirrors your city ordinance that prohibits any motorized vehicle, whether it's an ATV or a motorcycle or a golf cart or whatever, on a sidewalk or a multi-use path.
So when we find that 12-year-old on the sidewalk on his go-kart, how's that enforced?
Well, when you talk about maybe like a teenager, that's a kind of a different kettle of fish. That's someone who can be, Mike can tell you that the courts could hold that individual a criminal culpable. So we could go ahead and cite that individual. But when you talk about like an 8-year-old, 10-year-old, that's more of a, I guess, a poor parenting problem.
What county did?
I don't think so. I think it's a state law against it. Now, you can have golf carts if you do have an ordinance, and I don't know if they do.
So at that point, are we seeking the parents
And then worse.
to hold them accountable?
Well,
I just don't understand how that's
I
going
guess
to be
we can't
enforced.
hold the parent criminally liable for the criminal violation of violating your city ordinance. It's more just the parents, I guess, not parenting in a proper manner, but by allowing that, if indeed the parent is allowing that conduct to go on.
So really not enforceable if it's an 8-year-old.
No, because we can't really hold an 8-year-old accountable for criminal conduct. I mean, Mike.
That's the problem with the ordinance, the way it reads, is the only avenue we have is criminal, and like you say, when you have a young minor, you can't. Under this provision, it's going to give some teeth to the ordinance so that we can discourage this type of activity. We don't go directly to fines. I mean, it's in there in case we have a repeated offender. Sure, you can fine an 8-year-old, and that's going to get the parents' attention.
That's great. We can find an 8-year-old. Are we the only city in northern Kentucky that has a horse rule? Nobody can ride their horse on the sidewalk?
I would go out on a limb and say you all can lay claim to that.
Yeah, I'm not proud of that one, to be honest. No.
That's really a safety ordinance for people in baby carriages and so on. They don't want to have to encounter horses and large animals like that. That's why that was put into effect back in the 40s. That's how old that ordinance is.
Like I said, though, when I saw the horse traveling down 25 the other day, there's no better place for him to be than on the sidewalk. Yeah,
Did he get a ticket?
Bobby wasn't out enforcing that day. Okay, there's my questions. Thank you, both gentlemen.
Okay, you want me to move on to the next one, or you want to introduce it?
We didn't vote.
You don't have to vote on first reading.
Okay,
I
well,
mean, you typically do, but I sort of forgot about that.
We may need to dig into it a little more at caucus next week, or next month. I just don't want to pass anything, vote on anything that
Yeah,
just leads to different issues, you know?
so you want to table it then?
Yeah, I wouldn't mind tabling it for till next month.
Is that a motion?
That's a motion, that's an official motion.
I second his motion to table.
Rose Beach,
Yes.
Amy Long,
Yes.
Terry Courtney,
Yes.
Dan Martin,
Yes.
Matt Brown.
Yes. And then we got municipal order number 2024-01, municipal order appointing and approving Mayor Gabe Brown and Council Member Sherry Gaskill to the Planning and Development Services Council.
As you all are aware, the city of Walton extends over into Kenton County in a couple of places. Kenton County has this animal under KRS 147A called the Planning and Development Services Council, for which elected officials for each member agency nominates, appoints, and approves to sit on their board. And Mayor Brown and Council Member Gaskill have been doing that. And this is renewing their appointments. And that's basically the summary of it, and you can approve that by motion.
Do we happen to know their attendance and how often the meetings are missed?
I'd say 100%.
100% missed?
I'm not sure.
He won't go on record, but,
Well, I mean, I'm just thinking if we're going to have someone represent us, they need to be available and present, and
I think it's every once a quarter.
I'm not sure. I've heard the mayor talk about it, but I don't know if he goes every
I
time.
know the mayor's been, I don't know about Sherry though.
I haven't
but
seen
Sherry's
that.
only an alternate,
Yeah.
so she would only go if Gabe said
Right.
he wasn't going, correct?
Correct.
When does this, is this term expired?
Yes.
Okay.
Expired at the end of December 23.
Okay.
Oh, so we're already behind
Right.
the eight ball on this.
Right. I think they told,
They contacted us.
yeah, I was going to say, I don't want to speak for Giovanna, but I think they said, get it done this month.
Okay.
Before the end of the month.
We can change these names out. Well, I guess, can we? Because this is the mayor, right?
The mayor makes the appointment, and
Yeah,
you
so
all
we can't
you all
change the
either
names.
approve it. Not now.
Yeah. Okay.
So we would have to discuss it with them.
Yeah, I mean, you can vote it down and discuss it with him if you want to volunteer.
I wasn't asking to volunteer, but it doesn't have to be necessarily someone on council or the mayor, right?
It does.
It does have to be someone on council or
Yeah,
the mayor.
yeah. Has to be elected officials. It could be 2 council members.
Understood.
And we can change this whenever we want to, correct?
Yeah, we can pass another,
Birthdays might bet.
could we?
Yeah, I mean, if they're not interested in continuing, or if they're not performing, you could ask them to resign and then replace them with somebody else.
Okay.
I think I remember Sherry agreeing to this.
Yeah, but I would just like to know the attendance, right?
We can, just table this too, I mean.
Well, I think we pass it tonight. So they're off, Giovanna's back. And then if we want to address it later, we can with the interested parties.
Motion to approve.
Second?
Rose Beach,
Yes.
Amy Long,
Yes.
Terry Courtney,
No.
Matt Brown,
No.
Dan Martin.
Yes.
All right. And we got municipal order 2024-02, a municipal order of the city of Walton, Kentucky, reappointing and approving Adam Crowick as a member of the Union Walton Joint Code Enforcement Board for a 3-year term expiring February 13, 2027.
Okay, and this is, the title is sort of self-explanatory. Adam Croweek has been serving as one of our members on the Code Enforcement Board. His term has expired. The mayor has reappointed him for an additional 3-year term. And the way the statute is, the mayor appoints and council either approves or not. So it's up to you, and you can approve this by motion.
Motion to approve, Adam?
Can I just ask a clarifying question? So we have our own code enforcement right here in Walton, and so Adam represents the joint, and those are two different things?
No, we,
We got the joint, and Adam and Jordan's on there with,
we have joined up with Union and have a joint code enforcement board. And I think we have 2 members and an alternate, and Union has 1 member and an alternate. And we're responsible for reappointing our members.
Understood. And so currently, it's Jordan and Adam, but Adam's term's up.
Right.
Okay, thank you for that.
Matt, did you make a motion there?
yeah.
I'll make a second on Adam.
Rose Beach,
Yes.
Amy Long,
Yes.
Carrie Courtney,
Yes.
Matt Brown,
Yes.
Dan Martin.
Yes.
Resolution number 2024-02, authorizing participation in the Kentucky League of Cities Investment Pool Plus.
This is a resolution that came about from some discussion that started with our accountant, who recommended that we have a more permanent or more, I guess, guided investment policy for our money so that we can get a better return on the monies that we do have. And the Kentucky League of Cities has this investment pool that many cities throughout the Commonwealth have invested in. I will tell you, the city of Alexandria that I also represent is involved in it, and they're very satisfied with it. What this does is authorizes the mayor to sign the agreements and for the mayor and the city clerk to invest the monies into the investment pool that you all need to have invested. So you can approve this by motion.
So just because of my ignorance, is it somewhat like a money market? So it's a safe investment, or is there?
It's as safe as any investment that you would have available to you. It's not strictly a money market. There are some stocks and bonds that can be invested in. It's very tightly regulated by the state of Kentucky.
And that's chosen by the investment bank, like the mayor wouldn't have a say in our
No.
investments?
No, the PNC Bank is the investment manager of that pool, and their investment advisors who do it full-time would be in charge of that.
Is there a specific amount of money, or what does this look like?
I'm not sure how much that the accountant had suggested to invest into this. I think that's going to merit further discussion once you agree to sign up to it.
And council would be involved in that discussion?
As part of the budget, yeah. In other words, you would budget funds to be invested into that.
This is just allowing us to put $1 in, like allowing the process to start.
It allows
It
us,
would-
it allows us to be a member of the investment pool and to get the ball started.
Gotcha.
I believe, though, it's another situation of never discussed at caucus, we're blind to it, and it's something I would like to table.
Okay.
Yeah, well, Mayor told me he did discuss it with you a couple months ago in caucus.
I haven't seen the mayor and
Everybody's shaking their heads.
Yeah. I have no recollection of that.
Yeah.
and we've not been missing meetings, so.
Yeah, is there any reason to vote on it tonight? It's just, we can postpone it a month and,
I would have to ask Giovanna if there's any deadline.
Is there someone
for
on
it.
your back, Giovanna? When we-
No. I
Okay.
can tell you that there was money moved from one account into another account to close ACD. So that money's sitting there, and the auditor was disappointed that it's sitting there not earning money.
okay.
Which is what prompted the accountant and myself to start looking.
Okay.
Which we haven't seen the accountant in quite some time either, so it'd be nice if he would like to come to caucus and explain that to council.
Yeah, I think we talked about it a year ago. I think
Okay.
that was the earliest I remember.
Can
It's
we
been
do
a
that?
while.
Can we ask him to join us at caucus next month?
Absolutely. He
Okay.
said anytime you guys wanted to come in, he's happy to.
This was the Fork Bank.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would like to applaud him, one, for his accomplishments, but two, pick his brain on where he's moving us.
Yeah.
Motion to table?
Second.
Rose Beach,
Yes.
Amy Long,
Yes.
Terry Courtney,
Yes.
Dan Martin,
Yes.
Matt Brown.
Yes. That's good. Rose, you got any comments?
No, but I'm just thinking, sorry. Did you hear them work plans?
Amy?
Thank you all for coming out.
Miss Terry?
Just continued appreciation for our city staff, and so, and thank you and welcome and being here. I heard you say this is your first council meeting, so we're glad you're here. And of course, just appreciation for each of you. And for Mr. Morris, thank you, because you're our lone citizen that shows up, whether it's raining, snowing, or the train's blowing, you're here, and so just great appreciation. That's everything. Happy Valentine's Day to those who celebrate.
I don't have anything, Dan.
I don't have anything either, Matt.
Motion to adjourn?
Second.
All in favor, aye?
Bye. Everybody have a good evening. You too. Thank you.
I want to enjoy my Valentine's Day, Terry.
Well, I hope you do.